All right, welcome back to the Enhancement Talent. Eric Cornish here with you, and we love to find when celebrities share our passion in the sport of wrestling as well. And I've got country artist Jason Michael Carroll here with me. Thank you for joining us to share your love for wrestling as well.
Oh man, this is great. I'm a huge fan of wrestling. I grew up watching it, and for a while there, I got out of it, and just got busy and started thinking, was rarely ever home to even watch it. And I remember one Monday night we came in real late with the kids, and it was, I think, in the middle of summertime. And I said, "Hey guys, look!" I flipped through the channels, just kind of unwinding, and I said, "Hey, I used to watch this when I was a kid. Y'all check it out." And that's all it took. My kids fell in love with it immediately. So then I got right back into the storyline. It was awesome.
Very cool. And the fact that right now it's PG, I guess it's okay for kids. What age do you think is all right to start watching?
Oh, well, see, I'm not the best. I think that's parenting. I think that's if you talk to your kids at certain ages about whatever, my 8-year-old is watching, depending on the movie, and we made rules as far as language stuff. But like if you hear any language in a movie, don't repeat it or you can't watch it again.
Yeah, so. My 2-year-old will come through and see it and know what's going on, but he's got like action figures, of course, because I've got to get them for him, even if he doesn't watch the product. But he carries around his little cane, Slam City thing that they've got on the network now. He's got his little cane that he's got to have in the car every day, and he doesn't know anything about Kane and the Big Red Monster, but he loves his toy, so he'll be a fan too. I promise. Well, I just want to go through some of your wrestling history. What would you say was your first memory and first real time you became a fan in wrestling?
Oh my goodness, man! I think it would be Saturday mornings. Looking forward to waking up early enough to turn on the WWF when it came on Saturday mornings. We're Wrestling Federation at the time, and watch Junkyard Dog, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and all those guys fight there on Saturday mornings, and just the storyline then was developing with the Undertaker and things like that, and I mean it was just amazing to see some of those rivalries that were really taking off at the time, and then I got into WCW, and I remember Sting is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. I'm gonna jump on the rumor bandwagon and say that I think he might be coming back.
I think you might be right. You might be right.
Yeah, but he's already done 2 events with WWE. So that all signs point to yes if you're shaking the magic 8-ball. I'm there with all that stuff, man. And now we're, honestly, one of my favorite wrestlers I get picked on about it right now is I love Dolph Ziggler.
See, I'm there too. Yes.
He is a phenomenal entertainer. I mean, literally, he can make you believe every fall he takes, and it's like, wow, this is crazy, And then I really like the storyline. I like the development of Bray Wyatt. I think he's got a great gimmick. It's one of the best gimmicks I've seen in a long time come out of the WWE. So I'm really excited to see where he's going to go. Yeah,
I just Dolph to me just feels like a young Shawn Michaels, but he's been there for so many years in that role. It's like, when is his time going to happen? Is it ever going to break out? Because he is. I mean, you're right. He talk about a salesman. He's got it. His moves. I mean, he's got the charisma. I mean, and honestly, I was having that conversation the other night watching TV. I was like, man, you know what? I'm sick of him listening to all these. They need to write better storylines for him because, I mean, he deserves more than he's getting at the moment. But I think his time's definitely coming. Absolutely. All right. Well, give me real quick. I got to figure that Sting's one of them, but can you give me like a top 3 of all time?
Oh shoot, top 3 of all time. I was a huge Ultimate Warrior fan. Rest in peace. Massive Ultimate Warrior fan. Just every video game I ever played, I tried to mimic.
Oh yeah.
Anything like that. Let me see. There's been so much. There's been so many. I know that as far as character reference, I know that this isn't really kosher, I guess, but I was a huge Chris Benoit fan.
Sure.
And I mean, that guy, the talent that he had was unbelievable. And unfortunately, the medical, I guess, observance of concussions and what they do and steroids and what they do to people's bodies and brains was not as advanced as it is now. But
right,
and then obviously Sting is one of my favorites, and I'm so, I mean, back to the neon color Sting to to I remember the first time he came out as with the crow face paint, if you will.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was pretty stoked about seeing him making his comeback.
Very cool. And how about just one match that you could go back and just watch and just absolutely love?
All right, Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero.
Pretty much any of their stuff,
Oh,
because it was all good.
Those guys, too. If we talk about Dolph Ziggler being able to sell it, being able to be, make it look so good, and those two, I don't know if you remember much of those.
Sure,
matches,
yeah, absolutely.
If you ever get a chance to go back and watch some of those Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero matches, they were epic.
I remember
they were unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember one match that I think they had, and this was way before. I mean, we're talking way before even Nitro started. This was like still WCW Saturday Night. They may have still been in Center Stage or something like that, or Universal Studios or wherever they were. But I remember seeing that match and seeing the suplexes from Benoit and Eddie Guerrero selling them and everything. And I remember thinking, my gosh, that's intense. Like, even, at that time, I was like, I've never seen anything quite that intense, and that looks real. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm with you on that.
They were some of the best matches of all time. Now, if you want to go current, and get off the controversial wagon, I'll say that probably one of the best matches I've ever seen, and I saw it at live pay-per-view. I didn't see a live event, but was Undertaker and Mankind.
Yeah.
Getting the Hell in a Cell
King
match
of the Ring, yeah.
Oh my God, it was so amazing.
Unbelievable. Well, we could talk about this all day, but I appreciate you coming on and being our first celebrity fan to talk wrestling with us. And anytime you want to talk wrestling, you can come here to the Enhancement Talent. But Jason Michael Carroll is going to be here locally. He's going to be at the Gibson County Gives Back event August the 30th, which, by the way, those guys are even putting on a wrestling show for their charity this very weekend that's going to be in Fort Branch. So, hey, maybe you come in early.
Nice.
I'll challenge you, me and you, one-on-one, man.
Hey, by the way, I didn't even this is like totally random.
Okay.
I know, I'm glad we're talking about this. A couple weeks ago on my Instagram, I posted a picture. We were down in Gaffney, South Carolina, and I'm walking back to the bus after sound check, and I hear that on the top of the hill, I hear somebody announce, and that was Jake the Snake Roberts, and I'm like, what? And so I was like, I randomly asked the guy, the runner that was with us, I said, is Jake the Snake here? And they're like, yeah. And apparently I just missed the Rock and Roll Express. They were there too. And they left, but I caught Jake the Snake and I took a picture with him, and he was such a cool guy. Now, we took a picture, and he's got his hands over our shoulders, and in my picture, you see his hand kind of resting on my shoulder and stuff. Right after that, he gave me a nipple twister, and I've always beat my brother up every time he tried to give me one of those because they hurt like hell. But it was Jake the Snake, so it made it all right.
Right.
It was so cool, man, to meet Jake the Snake Roberts. He was such a cool guy.
Hey, at least it was just the nipple twister and not a short arm clothesline, because you know what comes after that.
Oh, yeah. You got a short arm clothesline and right into the DDT. Yeah. Let's do it.
Awesome. Well, check out Jason Michael Carroll at Gibson County Gives Back at the Gibson County Fairgrounds August the 30th. And thank you for talking wrestling with us today. How can they find you online, man?
Hey, check us out at jasonmichaelcarroll.com, facebook.com, Jason Michael Carroll, Instagram, Jason Michael Carroll, and Twitter at JMC Official.